Hey beauties, I bought every single new concealer at Sephora, and today I'm going to try them on with you back to back. Let's dive right in. Hey beauties, right out the gate with the newest concealer released at Sephora. This is the Sephora Collection Best Skin Ever Ultra Slim Precision Concealer. It is available in 16 shades for $12 in a variety of different undertones. I have it in my personal collection in shades 17 Neutral and 20P. 20P is the one that I'm going to demo for you today. This concealer has a micro tip on the end of it, which makes it perfect for precision sculpting, like around the nose, or spot concealing hyperpigmentation, or like I'm going to use it today, which is sculpting out your brows. This is a full coverage formula, cream formulation. It is kind of soft pressed, so don't press down too hard whenever you're using it. So that's how I would use this concealer to spot conceal any hyperpigmentation. Now, for my everyday type of a makeup go-to look, I like to use something like this to clean up the brow area. And I'm going to use the little brush that comes on the opposite end of the concealer to blend it out. Easy peasy. These are really nice and convenient for everyday use. Next is the Milk Hydro Grip 24-hour gel hydrating concealer stick. It's been a while since I tried out a concealer stick. Please keep in mind that you cannot retract this concealer stick once you twist it up. I have it in the shade 10. The Milk Hydro Grip concealer is available in 25 shades, a variety of different undertones, retailing for $29. This is obviously a stick formula, long-wearing, cruelty-free, medium in coverage. I'm going to be blending this concealer out with my Morphe M132 brush. So this concealer is definitely very medium in coverage. I can still see some of my inner corner or outer corner darkness kind of peeking through. So you can definitely see the skin. This would be something that if you just need a little bit of coverage and you have extremely dry under eyes, then this would be one that would work for you. If you want a good full coverage, you have a lot to cover up, this is not going to be the one for you. Ilia Skin Blur Serum Concealer. I have it in the shade 24W. This concealer is going to come in a variety of different undertones in 34 shades, retailing for $32. This concealer is non-comedogenic, long-wearing, medium in coverage with a natural finish. This is also a self-setting formula and clinically proven to reduce the look of wrinkles over time. I'm going to be using another Morphe M132 concealer brush to blend it out. I think this is a beautiful medium coverage, everyday wearable concealer. I think this concealer is one that pretty much any under eye skin concerns, whether you have a lot of fine lines or a little bit of darkness that you want to cover up. I get a little bit more coverage than I did with the Milk Hydro Grip concealer. And this is just blended out impeccably. A very beautiful formulation on this one. Sephora Best Skin Ever Multi-Use Concealer. I have it in the shades 15 Neutral, 16Y, and 18Y. Today we're going to demo the shade 18Y. This concealer is, again, a multi-use concealer available in 30 different shades for $18. This is going to be a medium coverage, buildable to full coverage, liquid, long-wearing, hydrating formula. And I do like it for that everyday type of a concealer. And I do love the fact that you can build it up to a full coverage if you need to. I'm going to be blending out the Sephora Best Skin Ever concealer with a Morphe M133 concealer brush. That is the Sephora Best Skin Ever Multi-Use Concealer. Honestly, this is supposed to be a natural finish, but to me, it's leaning a little bit more towards the matte side. I honestly, for a natural finish, like the Ilia concealer a little bit better. It just made my skin look a whole lot more refreshed and healthy. MAC is at Sephora now, so we are including them in today's video. This is the MAC Cosmetics Studio Fix 36-Hour Smooth Angles Hydrating Concealer. I picked it up in the shade NC45. This concealer is going to come in a whopping 44 shades, retailing for $44. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm definitely going to have to go back to the drawing board on my shades, but we'll work with what we have. This is a mattifying, hydrating, waterproof, full coverage long wear concealer that is buildable in coverage and lightweight in formula. I'm going to be blending out the MAC Studio Fix concealer with my BK Beauty Angie Hot and Flashy concealer brush A506. Okay, so I definitely see that this one is hydrating, but it says that it is a full coverage formula, and I am just not getting that from this concealer at all. But I just don't think it's full coverage at all. This is the MAC Studio Fix Smooth Angles Concealer. And at this time, I can't recommend it for anyone because it feels a little bit sticky, and I was hoping for full coverage, and that is not what we're getting. Makeup Forever HD Skin Full Cover Concealer. I have it in the shade 3N47. This concealer comes in a total of 32 shades for $35. This is a waterproof formula, which is extremely exciting. It is long wearing and hydrating, matte finish, and full coverage. I'm going to be blending her out with a clean Angie Hot and Flashy A506 from BK Beauty. This concealer has a little blending brush on the end, but it's not something that I would personally be using. Definitely getting coverage on this one. So far, this one has the most coverage of the concealers that I have tried out today. Okay, my friends, we have one that I'm very excited about. We're getting full coverage. It comes in so many different shades and waterproof. So I'm thinking vacations, beach time, poolside, hot heat, sweat, humidity. This is going to be one of those concealers that you may want to look into if you are going to be in any of those types of situations. This is the Makeup Forever HD Skin Full Cover Concealer. The Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Crease-Proof Long Wear Blur Concealer. The names, honey, the names. I have it in 2 shades, 9.5, which would be my full glam, and 10.5, which will be more so of like an everyday regular makeup type of look. This concealer comes in a total of 34 shades at $36, making it, I would say, I think the priciest concealer on today's list. This is a full coverage, cruelty-free, hydrating, matte finish, long wearing formula. And it's supposed to be a creaseless wear. And, you know, I have thoughts about those types of claims. I don't think any concealer can be creaseless if you have creases under your eyes. But I digress. I'm going to be demoing the shade 10.5 today using a Angie Hot and Flashy A506 concealer brush from BK Beauty. This formula I'm actually very familiar with. I did a whole dedicated review on this one, and it is absolutely a stunning formula. Beautiful coverage. A little bit too much. On the Makeup Forever and the Charlotte Tilbury, a little bit goes a very long way. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Concealer. And she is stunning. Okay, let's run it down. The concealer that I have on my list that's kind of a no-go for me on today is the Matte Cosmetics Studio Fix Smooth Angles Concealer. I don't like the way that it applied. The texture of the formula itself was like a serum-like concealer, very emollient and beautiful. However, I feel like whenever I applied it to the skin, it was kind of patchy, and full coverage it did not give. Therefore, it's going to be a no-go for me. The Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Concealer. It definitely had that grippy texture, but it was kind of weird to me because it does feel kind of sticky. It does look beautiful on the skin. It is a light medium coverage, if you ask me. It is a beautiful concealer if you don't really have a lot to cover up and you are on the mature side and you have a lot of fine lines and you have extremely dry under eyes. This would be one to look into. The Sephora Best Skin Ever concealers. I would say these are not necessarily a must-have on a day-to-day basis, but this would be a great, easy to reach to concealer for spot concealing or, cleaning up the brows if you're traveling, vacation, on the go type of deal. This is when these would be important. Otherwise, it's not really essential. The Sephora Collection multi-use concealers. Yes, the old formula is better. I feel like this is kind of like a middle of the road, medium buildable to full coverage concealer, which is why I love them in their Sephora collection. So you're going to be able to get a high quality concealer at an affordable price. So if that sounds like something that you're looking for, it is more of a hydrating, creamy formula. And so to get that build up to full coverage, you would apply your concealer under your eye and let it sit for about 30 seconds before you start blending it out. That would be my prescription for the Sephora Best Skin Ever concealers. Obviously, I have 3 different shades. They are a staple for me, more so for my everyday type of makeup looks or whenever I'm doing full glam and I want to sculpt out my brows. I do think this will be a beautiful formula for getting like a deeper shade to do your cream or liquid contour with. I think this formula would work well for that. Let's talk about some of my best finds on today. The Ilia, what are we calling this? The Ilia Blur Serum Concealer. I found it to be extremely beautiful on the skin. This is going to be for my ladies that want just medium coverage every day. It's not super creamy like the Sephora collection concealers are. It's just more of a serum like. And I really, really, really like this formula. It looked beautiful on the skin and I didn't even set it. So I can't even imagine how beautiful it would look once you set it with some powder. So this is definitely one for the win for an everyday concealer type of a day for me. Now, let's talk about heavy duty, if you will. Heavy duty, waterproof, full coverage. Makeup Forever HD Skin Full Cover. The name was appropriate. It's definitely full coverage. Now, the waterproof factor in this is going to make removal a little bit more challenging than it did any of the other concealers that I tried on today. I had to really get in there with some cleansing oil, okay? So with that being said, if you have very sensitive under eyes or extremely mature under eyes, I don't know if this one is going to be for you because it's pretty, gosh, it's just a high-powered concealer, okay? If you are going to be outside, heat, sweat, humidity, all of those things, this is one that you may want to go ahead and look into. Now, if you do have mature under eyes and you want something full coverage, oh my God. The Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Concealers. I have no words. They continue. I mean, I still have it on right now. It continues to impress me. I think that it's an absolutely stunning formula. The Makeup Forever was a stunning formula as well. Don't get me wrong. This is going to be in heavy rotation over here. The Charlotte Tilbury claims to be crease-proof. I did do a wear test on this one. I'll link that down in the description bar so you can check it out. And she wore beautifully throughout the day. I absolutely love this concealer. I think it's going to be a cult classic. The Makeup Forever HD Skin is going to be one that I'm going to reserve for when I want full coverage and I'm going to be outside and I know I'm going to be sweating and I know I want my makeup to be on for an extended period of time. If I'm going to be inside and I want to look flawless, this is going to be the one. That is going to wrap it up for my trying all of the new concealers at Sephora. This was an absolute pleasure to do for you. If you have any questions about any of the concealers that I tried out on today, please drop them down below and I will respond to you and answer to the best of my ability. Now, if you like this video, then you're going to want to check out the video where I try out all of the brand new foundations at Sephora, and I'll see you there.